Nashville, Tennessee is known as Music City, USA, but it's been known to produce some pretty good athletes too. This season, Nashville native Jared Curtis is proving to be one of the country's elite quarterbacks. That's this week's 5-Star Feature. It wasn't long after Jared Curtis first picked up a football that he knew it was the sport for him.
My dad and mom introduced me to Burns Cowboys, Little League in Burns, and I thought it was the funnest time of my life. I went out there, played some running back, receiver, a little bit of quarterback, some D-end, and I had fun with it. I'm just a competitive person. I feel like I hate to lose, so I go out there and put it all on the field, and it's just fun to me.
He's always been the type to make a good first impression. When Nashville Christian High School coach Jeff Brothers saw Jared take the practice field as a freshman, he knew he had something special.
Well, the skill set was obvious even at that young age. The ball just came out of his hands differently. His size, his stature, his ability to run the football with confidence. He grew up playing running back, so that wasn't an issue. It was really just a matter of being able to handle the huddle, the moment, and the playbook. And his freshman year, he just demonstrated an uncanny ability to make plays.
In that freshman season, Jared led Nashville Christian to a 10-3 record and an appearance in the state championship game. He was the runner-up for Tennessee's Mr. Football that year. He's done nothing but improve since then. Last year as a junior, he was the Max Preps Tennessee Player of the Year after leading the Eagles to a state championship. It was the school's first title in 9 years. Jared completed 70% of his passes for 2,830 yards and 40 touchdowns compared to just 3 interceptions. He added another 637 yards and 18 touchdowns on the ground.
His freshman year was a lot of just remember the snap count and go play football. And then his sophomore year, we started talking obviously more about scheme and understanding our schemes and how they fit together and concepts and routes and progressions and things like that. And then his junior year, we started really spending the off season talking about defenses and how to read fronts and coverages and how to see things pre-snap and post-snap. And he's just been a sponge for information. It's really been a process that he's taken great pride in growing and learning and developing in the mental part of the game to match the physical tools that he obviously has.
I think I've always known how to throw a football far. I think I've had to do a lot of work for the intermediate routes and the short routes and just reading the defense and stuff like that. So I think that's what got me started, is just being able to throw it far. And then the work I put in after that is just helped me grow, but a lot more to go.
You often hear the expression, he wears his heart on his sleeve, but for Jared, it's a bit more literal. His left arm is filled with tattoos that remind him of lost loved ones and their words of inspiration.
Believe in yourself, anything's possible. That's my grandfather's, the date death of my grandfather. Forever grateful. That's the time I got called about my uncle's passing. Here's some more about my uncle right here. One of my best friends when I was little passed away in a car crash last summer. Here's my football number with my family inside, my nephew. Right here for my nephew as well. Another one for my friend. And then this is matching with my sister. Across, of course.
Motivation is never a problem for Jared, and that's something his coach loves about working with him.
Well, he challenges himself, and that's another thing about him that sets him apart, is he has tremendous internal motivation to succeed, to bring others along with him, to work, to grow, to learn. But he's dedicated to the school and his teammates, and he wants to have an undefeated season and back-to-back championships, neither of which have been done here. His work ethic is extreme. For a guy that has that much ability to work as hard as he works is unique. It's something that permeates our team, so it elevates everybody else around him. They say all boats rise with the tide. Well, he's the tide, and so when he goes, everybody goes.
Jared's hard work has earned him 5-star status. The 24/7 composite rankings have him as a top 5 prospect overall and the #1 quarterback recruit in America. Jared, though, doesn't let the rankings get to his head.
It's been exciting, and I don't want to take anything for granted. So, you go out there, take it day by day, practice by practice, and just keep working.
For a guy his age to have the attention he has, and in the world we live in that's so driven by performative highlights and things like that, he is extremely humble. He's very confident, but humble, caring. He's a great teammate. He's a great friend. Just a great kid. Just kind of the all-American guy.
Next season, Jared is headed to the SEC to play for the Georgia Bulldogs. The coaching staff started his recruitment early, and that paid off in the end.
I'd say stability in the coaching staff with Coach Bobo and Coach Smart. I think Coach Bobo and Coach Smart are really close, and Coach Bobo does a great job of doing what he's doing, and I think he's going to be there for a while.
Jared's a relationship guy, which is why he's still at Nashville Christian School, a small Christian private school here outside of Nashville, when he had opportunities after that freshman year to go and do whatever, wherever he wanted, and stayed here and remained true to relationships, and I think that was the big part about Georgia is they were early. That meant a lot to him, and he's just one of those guys that is going to be committed to the people that he cares about.
He'll head to Athens with high expectations, but Jared Curtis has the talent, motivation, and work ethic to live up to the hype.